It's been 48 hours since I put those seeds into the water, and I went to take a quick look. I grabbed my phone, I opened the Vivosun app, clicked on my GrowCam C4, looked inside and said, holy cow, I think I see tap roots. So I zoomed in on it with my phone. I said, I do see tap roots. Ran to the VGrow, opened the door, took a look and said, yes sir, tap roots. These things are ready for dirt. And here's a closer look at things for you. Those are definitely tap roots. All right, so we got 6 out of 7 there with tap roots right now. And I do kind of want to make a special note. There is a myth out there, or there is a saying, that if the seed floats, then it's bad, it's no good. But as you can see, all of these are floating, and there's obviously good ones here. So a little bit of bro science, guys, but even if it floats, doesn't mean it's good, doesn't mean it's bad. It could be either. Just wanted to point that one out here. But time to get these into the soil. So I'm just gonna take my seeds and I'm gonna grab them by the tweezer, or with the tweezers, and again, grab it by the shell. You don't want to grab that white taproot, it is kind of fragile. And then you can just poke a little hole in the soil. You don't need to go very deep. Put it taproot down, let it go, bury it with a little bit of soil here, and then we're going to give it some water. And that's how I move my germinated seeds from the water into my soil. All of the seeds are now in the soil, and I'm going to give them 100 milliliters of water each. And when I pour it in, you know, the seeds right there in the middle. You don't want to just pour it on there and then expose it. You kind of want to gently just let it soak into the soil, and you want to stay kind of around the seed. You want to make sure that soil is kind of nice and moist, but again, 100 milliliters isn't a ton. Now that you see that that area is kind of saturated, make sure you kind of hit the edges, and then this is going to be good to go. 100 milliliters of water on each of these squares. All right, so let's take our freshly watered and planted seeds and put them into our VGrow. Now you're probably looking at me like I'm crazy, or Chad. 7 plants do not fit in a single VGrow grow box. It's really meant for 1 plant. And you're absolutely right. And I know that. And what I'm doing, like I said before, is looking for that tuck-leafed pheno, the all-gas pheno. So I'll be able to tell that pretty soon. I'm going to let these grow up. I'm going to see what their leaves look like. From there, I'm going to select one, and that is what we're going to get in this VGrow Grow series. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. These things still need to pop up above the soil, and I can't wait to use this Vivosun Grow Cam to watch them rise up, and it'll be cool to see if we can do the little time-lapse feature. So stay tuned, that's what we're getting into. All right, so overnight in the last 24 hours, number 7 of 7 has grown its taproot. So I'm gonna put that one into the soil too. So after I had put them in the soil, I got busy with life and other things in the garden. And I kind of forgot to check in with these for about, 36 hours or so. And just like I did when they germinated. But I was sitting on my couch, I was like, dang, I wonder what's going on in my grow box. So once again, I grabbed the phone, I opened the app, clicked on the camera, took a look inside, and I said, dang, everything sprouted. And in case if you were wondering what it looks like with the night cam, this is what it looks like with the lights out. So you can still actually see your plants, what they're doing, how they look in the dark with this Vivosun Grow Cam C4. So kind of stoked. Again, I'm not really worried about the light it's putting out because it's in a range that won't cause problems for the plants. And let's take a quick trip through the first 7 days of these plants. So that's what the last 7 days look like through kind of my impromptu time lapse. I didn't use the Vivosun Grow Cam for the time lapse there because I needed to get a memory card to do that. It just arrived today, so we're going to do some cool time lapse with these. But that was just taking the snapshot in the Vivosun app. And yeah, I was able to see that they've sprouted. I'm able to see them growing. I can check their progress, and they're starting to get, you know, nice and tall, a little bit leggy, as seedlings should. One trick to this though is when you up pot, and I typically either only fill the pot half full or up pot at this time, because right here, see these cotyledon? You can bury all the way up to those cotyledon and this will grow roots. So yeah, that is something that will help prevent stretchy seedlings. Backfilling is your friend. Now, another thing that is your friend to help build some strength in these stems is airflow. And right now, all the airflow, well, it comes out of the back holes here and it's set to 1. I don't see a whole bunch of movement, so we're going to increase that and get a little bit of air movement on these stems. To do that, we're just going to go right into our Vivosun app. I'm going to click on my VGrow box because that is the device we're controlling. Along the top here, it has the different icons for your control parameters. Second one in is the circulator fan, and like I said, it is set to 1, but we want to bump that up and get those seedlings dancing just a little bit. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to, oops, wrong button, back to circulator fan. Okay, I'm just going to slide this up to a 4 right there, and let's take a look inside and see if they got that groove on. And you can see we got a little bit of motion there. We got a little bit of motion up here as well. So yeah, a little bit of extra wind is kicking in. And again, that's just gonna help build thicker, stronger stems for your seedlings. So we are starting to get some new leaves pop out on a few of these seedlings, but it is still too early to tell if any of these are going to be that tucked leaf pheno. So stay tuned, we'll find out what happens. All right, so coming up in the next video, we're going to be doing some culling of the seedlings, starting to make our selections. I've got the SD card now, so we're actually going to use that time-lapse feature of the VGrow Grow Cam. That'll be cool. And show you some more cool tips and tricks with this VGrow Grow Box. So stay tuned, Chad Westport YouTube channel. If you're looking for gear or merch, check out chadwestport.com. And if you have any questions about this grow box or the cam, hit me up, leave a note in the comments, and above all, folks, remember to party on.